I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comics and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at the Mighty Thor issue number 13. When Jane Foster is faced with a cosmic threat, she's going to have to reach out to the most unlikely of companions to help save the day. What'll happen next? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Okay then, so as the comic opens up, we check on in with Quentin Quire, everyone's favorite D-bag psychic mutant. He's on a desert island right now, which is also actually a mutant, talking about how horribly bored he is, and man, if this isn't a metaphor for the character, I don't know what is. You see, if there's one character out there Jason Aaron loves more than the orb, it's Quentin Quire. Seriously, he brings him into practically everything he can, and this is no exception. It's at that point Thor and a few of the Kree Elite Guard end up coming through a portal and saying they need Quentin's help in corralling the Phoenix Force that is now running amok. Oh yeah, that's another great Jason Aaron idea. That in the future, Quentin Quire is destined to become the new vessel for the Phoenix. In fact, I think he even talked about that back when he was writing X-Men. Now, how the hell did we get this point, you might all be asking yourself? Well, for that we gotta jump back a little bit. You see, Thor was battling it out with the SHI'AR gods and it was getting pretty ugly. She was backed up by the forces of Asgard called the Serpent, the Warriors 3, etc, etc. That is, of course, until the record keeper of Omnipotent City stepped on in with the grand total of who had won the God Games competition that kicked off this whole storyline. While the SHI'AR gods had seemed to have a good showing, in the end Thor ended up winning the whole kit and caboodle. Why? Because Thor managed to do something no other god in the history of the God Games had managed to do, and that is inspire not just people's devotion, but inspire the devotion of other gods. By getting the Asgardians to come and help, it really put Jane over the edge. Now, as you might have guessed, the SHI'AR gods are pretty ticked off by this vengeful and petty creatures that they are. It's also here we find out they're more than just twin gods, they're like literal twins, and decide that, hey, if they can't win this competition, they might as well just kill everyone involved in it. And they go about it in a very Greek, very Lannister sort of way. They make out with each other, which apparently is all you need to do to summon the Phoenix Force to their side. Now, Gladiator and the rest of the elite SHI'AR end up seeing this, and even though they love their gods, getting to know the full truth that they would burn their entire worlds to ashes just to set a point just because they lost a contest, yeah, that causes a crisis of faith amongst the SHI'AR, and they decide to end up backing Thor and the Asgardians. And honestly, not a moment too soon either. Thor is powerful, Thor is incredibly powerful, but the Phoenix, that's a whole other level of cosmic horror right there. It's a good thing too that Kid Gladiator has a history with the X-Men and Quentin Quire, and as such knows exactly where to pick him up for the final assault. And yeah, as the comic begins to wind down, we get this awesome hero shot of Jane and Quentin ready to take on the Phoenix Force, even if it kills them. And there you go, everyone, Mighty Thor number 18, another really cool installment in a really cool story arc. Once again, the focal point of this story seems to be what exactly makes a god, and in the Marvel Universe, even if you're incredibly powerful like Thor, even if you're revered like the Asgardians, even you have things above your pay grade like the Phoenix Force. I also really enjoy how Jason Aaron uses the character of Quentin Quire, his nihilism, his cynicism, his just genuinely being a shitty kid. It's funny and it helps, you know, cut through all the serious cosmic matters. Beyond that, the book continues to look great, has sharp dialogue. I don't know what else to say. It's a real winner, which is why I give it an 8.5 out of 10. So there you go, another great Thor book on the books. And while I have your attention, why not check out some of the other cool comics that came out this week? And hey, if you want to be the first to know when the next big comic review comes out for me, there's no better way to do that than to head on down to the description of this very video and follow me on my many social media feeds. I got Twitter, I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got everything, man. Also, in case you didn't know, May 6th is Free Comic Book Day, and I'm going to be in the Oshawa, Ontario area. You might just catch me at Worlds Collide or GNU Books. So if you see me, be sure to say hello. In fact, you might end up in a video. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.